Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast live. Yes. Here we go, and I got my main man, the Transformer, here with me. Big Red's not going to be here tonight. G might show up a little bit later. He had some obligations to our wonderful nation to take care of, so we gotta put that first and take care of that. But like I said, I got my main man Transformer here with me, and we are going to get it done. What's good, Transformer?
Man, not a thing but a chicken wing, man. I had drills this weekend too, so tell G no excuses, man. But shout out, salute to him.
I hear that, no doubt. All right, so we got some pretty interesting topics for you here today, as you can see by the rundown. Definitely gonna have some good sports talk like we always do. But before we get to that, you know what time it is. If you're here on YouTube and you haven't already, please make sure you go ahead, click that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us that like, that 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And finally, make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, set an alarm, do whatever you got to do to remember. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. we are live here on the Format Podcast, and we'll give you the opportunity to call in, talk to us, get at me. I love it. I can't wait. Let's move to the main event, shall we?
Yes, sir.
I know there's some you were interested in, some I definitely wanted to talk about too, and I'm glad I got you on tonight to discuss this, Transform. So obviously, we know you're a Laker fan, but I know that you can also be objective when we're talking this stuff. So that's always love. So actually, so let me give a shout out to one of the channels that I regularly watch, and that's the channel Scap Attack. And he did a video like within the last couple of days talking. What's up, Steve? I like it. Talking about basically Kobe versus Tim Duncan and kind of their rivalry, because their careers span pretty much the exact same period of time. Tim Duncan played 19 years. Kobe played 20 years. Kobe came in 96, Tim Duncan came in 97. So it's just a perfect overlap, and they were basically each other's constant roadblocks in the West. Between the two of them in that 20-year span, they played for 13 championships and won 10 between the two of them. So you couldn't ask for any more between. Isn't that amazing? Right.
Amazing.
Yeah. Right. Between two competitors. The closest I can kind of think of is obviously Chamberlain Russell, but like I think
Bird
Russell
Magic
played for Bird Magic would be kind of the closer one, because there was such a gap between Wilt and Mr. Russell. But listen, man, Steve, man, you're killing me. You jumping the shark, brother, and you're 100% right.
Steve. Just we're having a very, very good debate. I'm not going to mention LeBron one time tonight, so let's not do this today.
And
we're talking
my
about
intent is
Kobe,
to keep my mentions of LeBron to a minimum.
None.
We're gonna do our best. But no, I was saying, I think that the best analogy here is probably Magic and Bird. In the 80s, Bird played for 5 championships, won 3. Magic played for 9 championships, won 5. So between the two of them, that's 12 appearances and 8 championships, right? So that's the closest I think that we get to Duncan and Kobe. And I think that's pretty fair in terms of all-time great rivalries. So before we even start digging into this, why don't people talk about Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan as one of the all-time great rivalries? I hadn't even thought about that. What's the deal with that?
I mean, that's how many times we played them.
Ran into him multiple times in the Western Conference playoffs, right?
Like early on.
Like in the first half of the 2000s, right?
Yeah. But I think when Kobe started resurging himself back into the playoffs, into the finals, like, I mean, we running into Denver's, the OKCs, the Utah Jazzes. Like, we never really saw San Antonio again. Then when San Antonio went on their resurgence, that was when Miami was coming up, and Kobe had the injury the following year. So them 4 or 2, it was 2 back-to-back that no.
So Kobe went to the finals
in 2011. And then he won again in 14?
Yes.
That was Tim Duncan. So Kobe hurt himself in 2011, I want to say. And
No. Okay, so
am I getting the timelines mixed up? I think I'm getting the timeline mixed up.
So San Antonio definitely won in 2014. They went and lost in 2013, the year before, on Ray Allen saving LeBron. Yeah, I said it. Ray Allen saving LeBron.
You're right. I'm getting the teams mixed up. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was back-to-back years they went.
Yeah,
that's right.
But still they ran into each other a lot in like the first half of the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
They ran into each other a lot. Kobe has a better playoff record than Duncan. I believe he does. So that Steve, great point. And I was actually going to bring this up. Quick side note, which I think is awesome in terms of Kobe's greatness. In that 3-year stretch, what was that? 08, 09, 2010, Kobe beat more 50-win teams in the playoffs than Magic Johnson did in his entire career. And I think that Magic Johnson is the second greatest player of all time. I truly believe that. Even as a diehard Celtics fan, to my soul, I believe that he's the second best player of all time. I think Kareem is third and Bird is fourth. But to see what Kobe went through, the path that he went through, and he won 2 of those finals, man, that's just absolutely incredible. Yes, Kobe is 18-12 versus Duncan in the playoffs. Steve, you jumping ahead, man. I appreciate you, though, man. I love this. I love it. Steve is on it, man.
Sometimes the chat needs to help us out, okay? We got we lost too. We're not freaking
right.
We're not know-it-alls, okay?
Yeah, we don't have researchers and statisticians like the cats you see on TV. We try to come in here prepared,
like Joy.
Right, we try to come in here prepared, but so Steve, let's throw this up here for you. There you go. So we pulled this, and these guys, man, I think so. First thing here, right? We know how great the Mamba was. Like, there's no question about it. I will never, Celtics fan or not, take a shot at the Mamba. We know how incredible the dude was. That said, Tim Duncan, I don't think gets credit for how great he was. And it's funny, I'm actually, oh my gosh, these guys are reading our freaking minds here. Duncan never had the marketing around that Kobe had.
Can we talk? Can we talk? Can we talk? That was my point. I mean,
I was gonna say the same thing. I appreciate you, Nick. And that's where I was. Man. That's where I was just going. In the old analogy, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Tim Duncan was the guy.
Go ahead, just call in at this point. We're just gonna open up the phone line.
Nick can't call. He's from Australia. He can't call us.
Oh man, yeah.
You know what, Nick? I tell you what though, Nick, if you have WhatsApp, you actually can call. You can call, and you know what? I'm gonna hit you with my personal thing, so that going forward, if you want to call in, you can call in on WhatsApp, man. I want to make sure that you get an opportunity to speak, because you're one of those guys that's here every time, man. We really appreciate that. So I'm gonna make sure I send you I get your information and I send you a message. But anyway, yeah. We're gonna get it so you can call in. But yeah, so like I was saying, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? And Tim Duncan was the dude who consistently dominated, got busy, but never was looking for the spotlight. That wasn't what he was about. He was about just doing whatever it took to try to win, right? And to some extent, I think Kobe was like that too. It's just that his game had so much flash, like he was going to get the attention. But he wasn't out there in the media like, hey, look at me, look at what I'm doing. Like,
nope.
He wasn't like
the next one.
Right, on to the next one. I'm just trying to win, and however it has to happen, that's what I'm gonna do. This show is
necessary and important.
Look at Nick, man. Nick is a fool. Yes,
all
you did,
Bill.
Bro.
All yes, right, Bill.
Did. Yo, Nick hacked my computer, bro.
I'm over here like, damn, why can't we say what we want, man?
Right?
We the ones with the mic, man. Y'all just call in, bro. Just open up the phone lines. 904-219.
Right. We don't have anything to say. We gonna open up the phone lines, let y'all run the show.
Damn, my guy.
No, he absolutely is. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you, Transform. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. As a Celtics fan, I'm ashamed of how much I love Kobe and how incredible I think he is. Yeah. That is the respect that I have for his greatness and for his work ethic and his determination to be the greatest player that he could be, and as a result, become one of the greatest players who ever played. And I feel the need to say that publicly to you and to all the other Lakers fans, because he, like you and I, we go back and forth, of course, Lakers Celtics, and that's fine. But
absolutely,
I think we
that's
also
going to be that's to the end of time.
Yeah, that's going to be that. But also the respect has to be there for the greatness of these franchises and the players that were on them. And Kobe, man, is like, matter of fact, let's do this, because I mean, like the dude was so special. I mean, and this is early athletic Kobe, but like to me, what's crazy is like the skill set, like the things he was doing. Yeah, he could bang on you, but
I mean,
now remember that last
certain
shot?
moves that shouldn't be able to be made.
Now look at this. He shot that left-handed because remember he had got hurt, so he continued to play and he was shooting the ball left-handed. Like, boom, gotcha.
Boy,
Yeah,
you about to make me tear up over here, man.
I know,
Jesus
right? Look at
Christ.
this. Look at the footwork. Look at the footwork.
Jesus Christ!
I know a guy who could never do things like that. Oh, there that guy is.
You know what? Hey. We are going to keep it Kobe Bryant.
That's fair.
Tim
that's fair.
Duncan. Okay,
that's
wrong
fair.
Laker right now. Wrong Laker. Right. You want to speak about? Okay.
You're right.
Jesus, look at this, man. I mean,
that's
hours and days and days and days,
yes.
years and years of just work,
absolutely.
grind, grit, and like he'll literally work on the same move 1,000 times.
Yeah,
1,000 times per practice.
10,000 hour rule, right? 10,000 hour rule.
You know what I mean? Like per practice, I'm shooting that same shot 1,000 times. Like, come on, man.
This is a great comment here from Steve. As great as Kobe was, Duncan never had a mediocre team stretch like Kobe post Shaq. As much as I respect Kobe, Duncan did his...
Okay, guys in the chat.
Let
us get to it, man. Those are some of y'all are taking our shine, man.
Yo, I love the fact that the chat is. I love the fact that they're intelligent sports fans and they're here with us. So they're making it easy for us to for us to do this segment.
We're just gonna interact whatever off y'all say, man. Don't even go in the next cues, bro. Chat, y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it.
I think Kobe is better than Duncan. Okay, so in fairness, I believe Kobe is better than Duncan as well, but I don't think the gap is as huge as maybe Scap Attack would make it out to be. 1 MJ, 2 Kareem, 3 Magic, 4 Bird, 5 Duncan, 6 Kobe. Okay, so wow. So Steve, my 5 is one Mike, 2 1 Mike, I'm sorry, 2 Magic, 3 Kareem, 4 Bird, 5 Olajuwon. Olajuwon is my 5th. So you know, I'm not mad, huh?
I get nothing. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'm not mad at anyone who has Kobe higher. I'm not mad because you can easily make the legitimate argument for Kobe's greatness, as we talked about, that, you know, beating more 50-win teams in 3 years and Magic did in a career, obviously winning 5 championships out of 7 finals runs. Mm-hmm. Just again, we saw the skill set on display right now, the full skill set just now in terms of the footwork, in terms of the ball handling. And what I hate is, you know, you get people who say, well, Kobe was a Chuck, he couldn't pass. Well, no, that's not true. But one, he played the bulk of his career in the triangle offense, more than half of his career. And that's not an offense that ever facilitates big assist numbers. You can go back and look. Nobody, even with the point guard, the way the triangle is, it's made to force defenses out of position and then find the open man. So anybody can get the assist when they understand how the triangle works. It's not one guy making all the decisions and dishing the rock. So it's kind of unfair. Which of these guys would you say made their team better?
I would say I know what team had the greatest coach.
I think Duncan
for a long duration.
So I think Duncan made his team better slightly more than Kobe. Not a lot more, slightly. And I think that was his willingness to, even as he aged, to fade from being the main scorer to being a guy who says, I'll just do the dirty work. Meanwhile, Kobe was going to dominate a certain way. And, you know, Tim Duncan obviously was amazing as well from the time he came into the league when he was young. Now, don't get me wrong. He had the benefit of playing with David Robinson, and people act like David Robinson. Yeah, he was not shot when Tim Duncan came in the league, right? He was still very, very good. What was that? 07. So we gotta stop acting like, okay, he was just done by that time, because that's simply not the case. Ooh,
look at these fundamentals, man.
right? Big
Ball square
fundamentals.
up. Let's get it.
Yeah, he square up on you.
That's
Hit.
on Big
Oh,
Ben too.
look at that! Look at that spin move. Gotcha. And you know what's crazy? That spin move looks slow, and
Slow, like
he still got him.
it reminds me
Fundamentals.
of how like Luka Doncic plays these days. You know what I mean? It's like it's so slow. Like, how are you guys not doing nothing with this, man?
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, look at this right here. But look how he reverses. Step through. Gotcha. And
I'm
Tim
not gonna call
Duncan,
that
he could
travel
just
though, but that was
he could
travel.
just no, he didn't travel though. He
He
didn't
switched
travel.
feet
No, he didn't switch feet. He
at the last
pivoted.
second.
No, he used his pivot foot. I mean, but regardless, Tim Duncan, what I love about him is that's a dude that he didn't he could contribute to winning without necessarily having to be the main scorer. And, whatever it took. What is it, 15 times all NBA defense, which was crazy. I think that's the most all time. He was that guy, man. Lucas pace is just like Timmy's. That's probably fair. So yeah, getting back to it, I think that we look at a dude like Kobe, and Kobe was absolutely incredible, no question about it. I think maybe, can we say Tim Duncan was better for longer? Can we say that?
Better for
I don't
long, yeah. I mean,
I don't
because
think his peak was as high.
the injuries played a toll on Kobe. The Achilles and the shoulder,
Yeah.
then you know
That's
what I
right.
mean. It definitely took a toll on him. So he was out much longer after the Achilles started. That's when it really just crashed and burned at that point. Kobe could only do so much after that. Tim stayed relatively healthy, and then he had the help of the that's when they started this sitting rule, the whole
Oh
rest.
yeah, the load management.
The
Yeah.
load man, I couldn't remember the
Yeah,
name of it, but
the
load
Spurs
management. So he was
pretty
able to
much
get
created that.
that treatment. So you know what I mean, that was able to keep him in the game a whole lot longer. Because like I said, he wasn't nearly as athletic as Kobe. He didn't
No.
nearly do as much as Kobe, or as far as an offensive standpoint, defensive standpoint, guarding 1 through 3, 1 through 4 sometimes, and stuff like that. Being on the perimeter, bringing the ball up the court, trying to dunk on everybody, trying to do a pivot standpoint. Throw it off the backboard, catch it, throw it to the corner. I mean, he wasn't doing too much. So
here's a question.
It definitely took a toll on him.
Do you think that if the Lakers front office was to bring in another elite scorer, that Kobe would have been able to have the mentality to accept that, and or did he have to be the guy to win by leading offensively, kind of like Mike?
Which Kobe?
Well, I guess
That's gonna
post
be
Shaq
my
Kobe,
question.
obviously, because he was
So
young with Shaq.
we talking about early 8 Kobe, or like late, like after he turned 24? Which one?
No, I'll just say post Shaq Kobe.
Post Shaq Kobe, nobody's coming on that team can outscore him. No.
Okay. Maybe not outscore, but be another elite scorer. 22, 24 points a game.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You think he would have accepted that?
I think he would accept, because at the point where we had Smush Parker, Smush freaking Parker, Kwame Brown, you know what I mean?
Right.
We didn't have anybody, and Kobe didn't care what you did as long as you worked your ass off every game.
Yeah.
You could have honestly, you could have probably been a 30-point scorer. But as long as you showed Kobe that you worked, you in practice, you putting in that grit and that grind, you in the game, and we're not settling for nothing less than winning, then Kobe would accept it. Kobe is a winner. He cared about winning the most. His biggest problem with Shaq is that he just didn't care. Shaq stopped caring. He stopped caring about the game. You didn't want to get better. You didn't want to evolve. It's not that I don't want to be with you. Like, but bro, you got to be better than me. I want you to be grinding just as hard as I am to be better than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't see him having a problem with nobody coming in being a 20, 24-point scorer, as long as they coming in and they putting in that work.
Okay. And see, that I think that's one of the things, like, for me with Tim Duncan and his greatness, like, as he aged and as the other guys started coming into their own, whether it was Manu or Tony Parker, like, he didn't care as long as you guys worked and you were about winning. Because that's what he was about. So if that means, okay, I'm going to just play D, I'm going to just rebound, I will get mine where I can, cool. I don't have to be the main guy offensively anymore. And I got a lot of respect for that.
But you got to think, he also came into a system to where from top to bottom, they were about winning. He came in behind the Admiral with Greg Popovich, who's all about winning. Greg Popovich don't like none of that selfish stuff. You want to be selfish, he'll trade you immediately.
This is not the place.
This is not the place. We're all about fundamental team basketball, ball movement. San Antonio has some of the, like, if people want to go back and watch real basketball play, some of the best ball movement you will ever see in a game. You know what I mean? When it comes to passing, getting people to getting the shot, getting the shooters open to their spots and stuff like that. Like that team was fundamentally sound. And I think he came into that environment and he inherited that role as, okay, well, if I'm the leader, well, I'm Greg Popovich Jr. I'm Greg Popovich on the court. You know what I mean? So, that's a different mentality than Kobe. You know what I mean? Kobe was like, okay, hard work. Yeah, we want to win. But okay, all right, if you guys suck, well, guess what? I don't have to play with y'all. Y'all can get the hell up out of here, and I'm gonna put up 30 shots a game. You want to you want the ball, get a rebound.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a different mentality than what Tim Duncan had, coming out of that tutelage of Greg Popovich, in my opinion.
Definitely. And I love here, if you look at, their playoff per game matchups, 30 games against one another, and the numbers are strikingly close, basically, other than the rebounds, right? The rebounds, I think, are only, but obviously you're looking at a power forward / center versus a shooting guard. Like, you're just not gonna, So I mean, but these guys, man, it's just amazing. Two of the all-timers. And it's funny because I was never a big Tim Duncan guy, but the further and further we get away from his playing career and the more we see the way modern quote unquote big man play looks, the more I'm appreciating Tim Duncan. And I'm just realizing, like, I didn't give this guy his due for how great he was and how dominant he was,
because guess what, man? Tim Duncan will go play, have a 30-point, 12 rebound game, and
right?
Sit down and you don't hear nothing from him.
Just disappear, right?
Like, you don't hear nothing from him.
Oh, Timmy already on the bus.
Man, he already showered. He already at home.
Yeah, right.
With the big baggy jeans with the mismatched shirt.
Right. He doesn't care about any of that, and
don't care about nothing, man.
No, all he cares about is winning. Just go out there, do his work, and try to win. And I have so much respect for that. I think that's very, very real, And so here's some interesting numbers regarding Tim Duncan, kind of his place historically. So as you can, matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna replay this. I'm gonna turn the banner off so
there
we
can
go. See it all, and I'm gonna put it back up there. All right, so yeah, like, look, now this is his regular seasons: 5th in blocks, 6th in rebounds, 16th in points. And we don't even think about Tim Duncan as a scorer, and he's 16th all time. And then you look at the playoffs: 1st in blocks, 3rd in rebounds, 6th in points. Like, he got it done, man. He just flat out got it done when they needed it the most. It's hard. Now, as it was said in the chat, that's a great point. He did it in a loaded West, because for a while the West was far superior to the East.
They did it in the loaded West. They both lived there.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and I think head-to-head in the playoffs, somebody said it earlier in the chat, Kobe has a slightly better record of 18-12. And where you got to give credit to Kobe and start leaning his way is probably the fact that he again, post Shaq, and they didn't match up against each other much post Shaq, but still, what he was able to do without Shaq is like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so he did not have as good teams as the Spurs. He just didn't. But
and
guess
coaching.
what?
You got to think Phil left. Well, I mean, Phil left, Shaq
he left and came back though.
I mean, I'm just saying in that time, like post Shaq.
Okay, I got you. Immediately post Shaq. Yeah.
Like Kobe went into some dog years, man. So it's like, I got to put up 30 shots a game. I mean, there's nobody there. There's nobody there. There's no good coach. There's no second or third guy. There's no bench. There's no nothing. And then when Phil came back, we saw what Kobe is like with a dominant head coach, with the structure, with the team. You know what I mean? So, Tim Duncan got a chance to benefit for that for his entire career.
He did. That's true.
Tony, and Manu, they played their entire careers together under Greg Popovich's tutelage. Right. So you always wonder, like, damn, I mean, what if Kobe would have had Phil for like the entire duration of his career? Like, what if there was no gap in a coaching mindset or somebody to put the pieces together for him? Because, like I said, that wasn't Kobe's thing. I'm not here to put the team together, but I'm here to determine whether they're good enough to work with me. You know what I mean? He was good at that, so I'm not going to go out here and GM and put these guys together. That's your job.
Right.
So put these guys together for me. So when he got Phil back and we got Paul Gasol, we had Andrew Bynum, even though he wanted Andrew Bynum gone, but we had Andrew Bynum and we started picking up pieces to really put a championship team together. Got Derek Fisher back. I think he was in Utah at the time.
Yep.
And really started to put that around Kobe. We saw what he did with it. He went to 3 back-to-back championships.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and it literally took an injury for him to take that away from him. It took an injury.
Right.
So I mean, you can't go wrong with either one, bro.
No, you can't. So the question is this. I think we both agree that it's Kobe by a little bit. How much of a gap do you think there is between these two?
What are we measuring? From 1 to 10?
Just let's go 1 to 10. Just in terms of their overall greatness. Where
Nope, not doing it. Not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. I said I'm not doing it.
I'm with you. I've been fighting it. I'm not doing it either.
Name.
But yeah,
he
so
who who shall not be mentioned. No,
right.
Harry Potter
shall not be named.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
But yeah, so if we both have Kobe slightly ahead of Duncan, which I'm not mad at, and I wouldn't be mad the other way either, how much of a gap do you think there is between the two?
I would say if you was to put Kobe at a 10, Tim Duncan is like a 8.9. Something like it's got to be close.
That's not a huge gap.
Okay. It's not a huge gap, but it's good because for me, neither of these bums got their son in the league. Well, Kobe didn't have boys, sir. He had girls.
Hilarious.
He had nothing but girls. Girls.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, we're not doing this, Nick. What you say? He's in Australia?
Yes, Nick is
he's in Australia. It's nighttime, bro. What time is it in Australia?
Nah, it's morning time over there.
Oh man, go to Starbucks, man. Get you a coffee, get you a frappuccino or something, man, and get off the day.
Now finish the show, then go get your coffee, man.
But don't forget to make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that follow button. Make sure you share.
There you go. Hit that share button too, man.
But I think to me, man, Kobe was so just pure dominant. Like yes, Tim Duncan was good. He was great. He was a dominant player in his own right.
I was about to say, I think he was dominant too.
But when it came to Kobe, and it's the fourth quarter, bro, it's like buckle up. Like you know who's getting the ball. You just can't stop him. He's putting up shot after shot, and you're legit worried about this one man, Tim Duncan. You're worried about the Spurs beating you, right? End of the Laker game, you're worried about Kobe just dropping 10 in the fourth quarter in the last 4 or 5 minutes, and you're like, bro, we just couldn't stop him, man. Like we sent double teams after him. He spent it off. He threw it to the court off the back, like off the backboard to himself, throwing it to the corner play. That's some selfish stuff, bro. That's some like, okay, look, you just can't stop me to do anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think the mentality and on the defensive side of the ball, and yet, granted, Tim Duncan is a Hall of Fame defender as well.
Absolutely.
But the clamps half court, like Kobe's checking you full court now.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan never had to check nobody full court.
Well, in fairness, right? A 7-footer is like, that's not position. Right.
So I mean, I gotta give Kobe something for that. Like I'm not in the fourth quarter playing 38 minutes at this point. Now I'm checking this guy full court. And I still got to put up 40 to win the game. So I mean, I think that plays a lot, man.
It does
to me. You know what I mean? Like, Grant, I love what Timmy done. I mean, Timmy anchored that center down. You know what I mean? You wasn't going in the block without him being in your face. Fundamentally, he's backing you down. He's putting you in the post and he put you in a blender. You know what I mean? But it was just more like more fundamental. And yeah, I like that. Kobe was flashier. And Kobe was hella volume.
So here's the thing, though. Kobe was a volume guy, but we keep knocking him for this quote unquote being inefficient. But most elite shooting guards throughout history were right around that 45.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chat. Somebody look up Ray Allen's career shooting percentage. He's known as one of the greatest shooters of all time. He's deadly in the mid range, obviously deadly from 3. And I don't think he was above like 46% for his career. And so
I'm overall field goal percentage?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they, I'm not gonna say who they are, love to talk about how Kobe wasn't efficient, but realistically, that a career 46%, 45% from the field for an elite shooting guard. Like, that's pretty darn good, especially with the level of difficulty shots that Kobe was taking, and he was much better in the mid-range than a lot of other guys, what do we got? Kobe, Tim, and Steph are the only players to win multiple titles without a top 75 teammate. Shows how close they are. Yeah, no, great point. Wait a minute. No. Tim Duncan he's not on that list. He won 2 championships with David Robinson. So he's not on that list, Nick. Nah, you got to drop him off. That's multiple titles.
David's got to be on there, I want to say.
Yeah, D-Rob is top 75, absolutely, because he's top 50.
I mean, I guess he mean because he won more.
I get the point, though. Say again.
I guess because he like post, I guess David Robinson retired, so Tim Duncan did win 4 more.
Yeah, but no, 3 more. But he won his first 2 with him.
3 more. 3 more.
Let's see. You know what? Now the chat don't want to help. They want to be reading minds and reading minds ahead of time. Yo, did you see what Nick said?
What he say?
Nick is talking to us from the future right now. He said that's how he knew what we were gonna say. Because it's 11 o'clock.
Oh, because it's 11 a.m.
Yeah.
He said, man, it's already Sunday. I already went to church, praised Jesus, and already looked over y'all playing already.
I know what they're gonna say. It's only counting the ones without. Okay, I got you, Nick.
Yeah, I figured that's what he meant.
Yeah. So Kobe is 45% for his career from the field. Now everyone's gonna tell you Ray Allen is a far superior shooter to Kobe. He was more efficient, right? So Kobe is 44.7. Ray Allen is 45.2. So that is not huge of a difference. Right. So can we? Yeah. So we gotta stop this fake narrative that, well, not we know who it is, but the fake narrative needs to stop that. Oh, Kobe was so inefficient, blah blah blah. Like that's not a real thing. No, it's not a real thing. As an elite shooting guard, no, it's not a real thing. So
we got to think those numbers actually dwindled down because of the end of his career too, when he was hurt. So, I mean,
that's right. Great point.
He had some bad seasons. He literally couldn't shoot.
Injuries. Right. Yeah. Literally. Exactly. So yeah, gotta stop that. I don't like the fake narratives, but yeah, I think that to your point, I do think it is slightly Kobe. It's it's a little bit difficult to compare, obviously, with them being 2 totally different positions, playing the game a different way and playing in different places on the floor. But the fact that they bumped into each other many times, in the playoffs throughout their career, and that they shared a career, and that they were 2 of the most elite players of all time, it was interesting to bring that up. So, I didn't dig super deep into the numbers, but just looking at this stuff. What up, Osmosis Jones? Haven't seen you in a while. Appreciate you coming in.
I mean, you got both players that won 5 championships. The other one won like 4.5. But
okay.
I mean,
lockout year 99.
Okay, all right. As long as you remember.
Yeah. As long as you know what, I'm not even gonna. Okay. That's cool. Exactly, Steve. You're 100% right. That's right. That's right. Different positions require different responsibilities. 100% correct. It's not that serious. Analytics or stats without context. The media tries to denigrate Kobe. Correct. But it is what it is. We know why they're doing that. So let's do this, y'all. I know y'all been waiting to chime in on this. You've been chiming in the chat, and we appreciate that. Some of y'all read our minds. Some of y'all were watching from the future, so you knew what was coming.
So many great takes, right? Nick took one. I think Steve took another. I'm like, God dang, man.
It's not that serious.
No more, man. Hold on, man. I'm like, they just really like right before I'm about to say something, or you about to say something, like, oh, well, there you go.
There it goes. Right.
He's going to reiterate on what Steve said. Steve Splendor, shout out to Steve Splendor. We're going to make sure.
Right. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to open up the phone lines now. 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. Give me a call. Give us a call. Give us your thoughts on this topic. And let's hear what you guys say.
Out of both greats, fourth quarter, 24 seconds. Who gets the ball?
Depends on what you need.
Who gets the ball?
Right?
You're down 2.
Depends on the situation.
You're down 2. Who gets the ball?
Oh, you're down 2?
You're down 2. Who gets the ball?
Timmy?
Yeah,
the reason why is he's likely going to be closer to the rim, right? So theoretically higher percentage shot, and he's got a good chance of making it and possibly getting fouled.
Okay.
So I will just go with that logic.
So 10 seconds left in the game. Who gets the ball?
Where's the inbound from?
Half court.
Ooh. Kobe. Yes, Kobe.
I love this
because also
this
he can
you can't go wrong with either one, dude. You can honestly you can still get to Timmy in 10 seconds.
You can, but I think Kobe's capable of creating more from anywhere on the floor than Tim is. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you put Timmy anywhere within 15 feet, he's straight.
Right. But then it's who are they playing against? Who's the defender? What's the matchup? You know what I'm saying? You gotta start looking at all those things. It's never just as simple as, you got this time, who gets the ball? You know what I'm saying?
09 Detroit.
09 Detroit.
I mean, not 09 Detroit, 04 Detroit.
Oh,
04 Detroit.
Oh man, that's tough because you got the Ben Wallace Tim Duncan matchup, but you also got the Tayshaun Prince Kobe matchup.
Yeah. That is come on now.
I'm going Timmy then.
Timmy?
Yes.
Both 24 and 10 seconds?
Yes, because again, Ben Wallace is elite, but Ben Wallace is still only 6'8", 6'9". Tim Duncan 7 foot 7'1", and again, he's got a chance to shoot over the top and or get a foul out of it. Tayshaun Prince 6'9" and super long. Pause. His arms are super long and everything, and he really made it tough on Kobe in the 04 finals. So, yeah,
I like that. Thank you, Steve.
What's up? What did Steve say?
Nobody's getting the ball but Kobe. Not giving up that rock.
Oh.
Like, hey, Timmy, you better get this rebound because I'm about to
get it off the glass.
I'm about to jack this one up, bro.
Oh man, I appreciate you. It's not
Kobe,
that serious, man.
I love him, man. That was my idol, bro. I cried like a girl.
No, Kobe was a problem.
I cried like a freaking girl, man.
I didn't believe it when I heard it, bro.
Dude, I was in Tampa. I was in Tampa at my my wife's parents' house, right? And we was outside chilling, having a good time. I had my watch on, my Apple Watch, and so it just kept timing going off. My phone was in the house. I'm like, man, why did my watch keep going off? I didn't bother looking at it. We finally get back in the crib, and I finally look at my phone. I'm getting blown through the roof. Like I'm talking call after call, text after text. Like, hey man, we just praying for you. We hope everything's okay, man. We sorry to hear that. RIP. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? And it was like, man, Kobe died. And I'm like, nah. It's all going, Facebook, you hear all a bunch of rumors and stuff like that, man. But when I saw that TMZ post, it's like the phone just fell out of my hand, bro. I collapsed. I collapsed, bro.
I didn't believe it. I think my boy texted me and told me, and I was like, what? That don't even sound right. So immediately I hop on the computer and I start looking it up, and I'm like, okay, reputable news sites, and you start seeing the CNN and ABC and NBA. I'm like,
these are new, like they got choppers out there looking for it, you know what I mean?
Like, man, that's crazy,
man, dog. Like that hurt, bro. I mean, and we had to ride back up to Jacksonville that same night. I'm talking 3 hours of silence on the road, bro. Just tears. I couldn't talk.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Yeah,
man.
that was crazy. That is crazy.
No, Chad, I'm not finna tear up, man. Y'all saw that? Y'all see it right there? Y'all see that there? Y'all see?
Last name, I feel you, and I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying, like, from a logical standpoint, I think situation dictates, and I'm not mad at you saying Kobe. Not mad at all. I just think situation dictates. That's all I'm saying. And,
no, absolutely. Because if we're playing a small team defensively, we tossing that thing to Tim. Hey, give it to Tim. Like, what are we doing? But you just can't have Kobe touch the ball. That's the key. Like, make sure Kobe doesn't touch the ball. Because you're like, hey man, look, if they doubling, hey man, just toss it to Tim, give it to the point guard, give it to Tim, and Tim, just don't give it to Kobe, because if you do, you ain't getting the ball back unless you rebound it. You're tip back or something.
Right,
you know
right.
I mean? So,
all right. Well, surprisingly, looks like we're not going to get any calls on this one.
I thought it was a prank.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead. Let's move on to the final topic, and maybe we might still see some of this fight. We are going to go now to talk some boxing, which we love talking on this show. So let's get right to it. Yo, Nick is so stupid. Breaking news from the future. Caleb Williams says he. Yeah, we appreciate the news from the future, Nick. Appreciate
absolutely, man. Absolutely.
By the way, Nick, what's the winning lottery numbers, man? If you could,
facts. Write them down. Hold on, my pen. Let me get my pen.
Yeah, if you could help us out with that, we really appreciate it. Mega Millions and Powerball, please. All right, team. All right, let's go ahead and knock out this final topic. Then we let you guys get out of here, man. By the way, I really appreciate y'all being here with us, man. We're having a good time tonight. We're talking some great sports. We love doing this. We love doing this for y'all. We love doing this for us, man. Make sure if you haven't already, you're clicking that like and subscribe and click that share, man. Let other people know about the show so that they can watch it too, and then they can start coming into the lives in the future.
You know what? The thing about it, guys, is that hitting that like button takes 2 seconds. It's free. Hitting the share button takes 2 seconds. It's free, guys. You're doing that by supporting the channel. We love it. We love you guys in the reaction. You know, you guys make us better when you guys are chiming in the chat and literally predicting what we're about to say, literally taking our shine away from what our posting, what our comments are about to be about. You know, we appreciate it. But, no, man, greatly appreciate the love. But that like and share, that subscribe, it goes a long way. It goes a longer way than what you guys know and love, man. So we appreciate it.
Yeah. So, all right. So let's get to the last one. As you all know, we love talking boxing. We're missing our main man G tonight, but we're still going to talk boxing. So, first quick topic. We were under the impression, I think we briefly talked about it last week, that Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis were supposed to fight, but it looks like that fight hasn't been here's Nino. That fight hasn't been gone through yet. So hold on, let's take this call from Nino, then we'll get back to the boxing.
Yep.
Nino, what's good, man?
Right now.
What's good, man? Hey, good show today, man. Nobody doing too much hating.
All right, we appreciate that.
Hey, don't get him started. Nino, don't get him started, man.
But I'm gonna give an edge slight to Kobe, man. Just because Timmy D need somebody to throw the ball down there to him.
That's fair.
It's close because I seen, like I always say, I seen Kobe without a team, and I don't know how good of a leader Kobe was without. Kobe like, hey, y'all supposed to be doing this. If I'm this good, y'all supposed to be working extra. I don't think he got the best out of just any old guys. I don't think Kobe did that.
I agree. I think you're right about that.
Tim Duncan, they say he wasn't a real leader. Now they say we don't know much about him, but he was a truth on the court.
Right.
It's real close, man. I don't know, but I love the show.
I appreciate that, man, and I think you're right. I think we both have Kobe slightly, not a huge gap, but we both have Kobe just slightly above Tim Duncan. But
it's close enough to forever have an argument. Yeah,
and I think it's close enough that you wouldn't be wrong if you went the other way.
Yeah. They both played they both won in the system.
That's right.
They both won in the system. We seen Kobe without a system. We seen what happened without the system. But they didn't give them players without the system. So, but you know how that goes.
Yeah. But real quick before I let you go, Nino, I will say that Tim Duncan always impressed me, and this is something I forgot to mention earlier, in that he played in a lot of different systems, right? Because when he first came in the league, they played with the two big men Twin Tower system. Then he played in the one big man dominant. He was the guy system. Then they played in the high pick and roll with Tony Parker getting busy system. Then they played in the European style, extra pass, shoot a lot of threes system.
Right.
They won all kind of different ways. And Tim Duncan never complained. All he did was adjust his game to fit whatever they were doing and continue to do the work, dirty work, and continue to win. So I have a whole lot of respect for Tim Duncan being able to win in multiple different ways, in multiple different iterations of those Spurs teams. So that was me. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you about to persuade me. I forgot about that, man. Tim did. Kobe won one way. When they won that second championship, they played a different style of triangle. They played the style like more so like the Warriors play now. But they went and got Field back, and then they won.
That's right.
But it was the same system with Kobe.
Correct.
Tim Duncan did win when he took the back seat, getting rebound. Hey, let me get off this phone before you persuade me.
Well, no, that wasn't my intent.
No.
And that I appreciate that Tim could win in a lot of different ways, and that still, even with that, I got Kobe slightly ahead, but it's all good.
Yeah. If anything that hurt Kobe that everybody's saying now, he's like Smush Parker and Jeremy Lin. Like they say, Kobe wouldn't even talk to them guys. You know, he wouldn't even look at them.
I think Kobe, his whole thing was, again, is like Transformer said, you could earn Kobe's respect even if you weren't that good by him seeing you work. And if you weren't putting that work in the way he thought you should have, he couldn't tolerate that. I think he knew that he was better than just about everybody, but if he saw you working to maximize whatever it was you had, he could deal with that. And that's kind of my thought. That's where you were, right, Transform?
No, absolutely. I mean, you had to work. Like if you was in the gym and you putting up 1,000 shots like him.
How much does having Shaq, which I think everybody thinks Shaq was the best player in the league, because that's what really separated that. AI was my favorite player,
right?
And just looking back at it, him and Kobe wasn't as close as I thought it was as a kid. You know, I was a big AI fan. That was my favorite player.
Right.
But Shaq was the factor. I don't know who. I know it's a lot of Kobe fans, and we love Kobe. But Shaq in them 3 finals, especially the AI finals with the 76ers, Shaq was the factor in that final.
So Shaq was a beast in all those finals, right? No question. But the only thing is, and we have to remember this, and you can go back and check on this, and then we're going to move on to the next topic. Shaq doesn't even get to those finals without Kobe's amazing contributions throughout the rest of those playoff runs. He doesn't.
No, he don't. No, he don't. Definitely don't.
Right. And so that's why we got to look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my thought. But Nino, thanks so much for calling, man.
Duncan.
Yeah, my bad.
We can literally do the same thing for Tim. If you take away Shaq from Kobe, then you got to take away Tony and Manu from Tim. You know what I mean? Like, what is Tim without them? You know what I mean? Like, we can't really do too much with that. Take away, add this, add that.
That's right.
More of appreciation of what they had. You know what I mean? We can guesstimate, but I mean, you take away a co-star from anybody, their whole trajectory of their career is different. You know what I mean?
True.
So
yeah. That's like Olajuwon is my favorite player of all time, and I think those back-to-back title runs in 94 and 95 were some of the greatest we ever saw. But I was just telling my homeboy this earlier today. As much as, you know, I have to admit that in 95, if Drexler's not there, Olajuwon doesn't repeat as great as he was. So, you know, that is what that is.